Hey everybody, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I am so looking forward to this. I got a zillion requests. Ken, when are you going to do some more Dimash? And then I got a lot of requests for different Dimash songs. Now, of course, you guys know that we can only do songs that publishers allow. So I did my best in picking out stuff that I haven't already done. And I'm going to do something a little different this time. Instead of doing a vocal coach reacts to or how to sing like or whatever, I'm going to do a vocal analysis with tutorials. So we're going to talk about his voice. We're going to discuss and analyze what he does and how he does what he does. And then I'm going to give you some, secrets and tips on how to get to some of these different places. Okay. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe to my channel. That would be really cool. And I have a singing course. It's called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. You can find it right here at KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com. And for you guys just kind of starting out or just kind of curious, go to my singing forum there. It's free. I have over 20,000 members in there, and we're all talking about all this kind of stuff and how to get to the very best places so that you can become monster singers. Okay. With that said, let's get started with Dimash. Now, what else is going to be different about this is I'm going to do another Dimashathon, and I'm going to release these back to back. So I'm hoping to do this as a Dimashathon weekend, and I'll release at least, 6 or more Dimash tracks over the weekend back to back. So stay tuned because I'm going to just go right through this stuff, because I've been wanting to get to this for a while, and I wanted to actually give him a lot of airtime on Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy so we can really discuss his talent, his vocal techniques, and then do an analysis in hopes to show you how to do it as well, or at least some of the stuff that he does. He's Dimash. We're not going to be able to do everything he does, but we're going to get to it. Here we go. This is Vocalise, by the way. He's got some growl going on. Okay, now, so let's just start there, okay? Now, this is not typical for Dimash, right? So I get the feeling he's trying to contemporize himself, and he's known for a very operatic approach, which is super awesome. That's the basis of what I teach in my singing courses, bel canto arpeggio. But he's kind of doing a little growl there. Now, this may be something he's done before, or maybe not, but let's discuss what he's doing. So it's not kind of like true metal growl, like scream and growl is. But so let's talk about how to do this. So he's taking his larynx, which is our voice box, our Adam's apple for you guys out there, and he's going, So do this with me, just kind of soft for a second. And just, kind of like you're going to the bathroom. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I couldn't resist. Sorry. Anyway, back to growl. So we're going to do this lower laryngeal position. We're going to kind of lean into it with a little air. So we're going to go, And what I want you to do is I want you to have the sensation that you're allowing your vocal folds just to kind of rattle a little bit, a little fry, a little rattle, you know what I mean? And as you do this, you'll see you can do it without a lot of tension in the chords. So you're not scraping the chords with so much air that you're drying them out and going to kill yourself. He's actually taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach. He's going, and he's kind of adding a little bit more to it. That could be a little dangerous, so I don't recommend doing that. But we could just do this again. So drop the larynx down here, and just, and you can allow that air to pass across the chord like he's doing. And then he's like, and he's digging down real low. He's really dropping the larynx in order to get that sound. Okay, I'm maybe overstating all this two notes into the song, but I wanted to clarify that as we go, because I said it is an analysis and we're talking some tutorials and some secrets on how to get to some of these places. Here we go. It reminds me of Darth Vader. Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker. You know this to be true. I am your father. Right? I'm just kidding. Let's continue. I love that space. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to be really honest with you guys. So for you fanboy Dimash guys out there, please don't give me a bunch of hate mail, because I just want to be genuine about this. We've done a lot of Dimash is awesome, and he is, and that's why I'm doing this. But I'm also going to critique some things along the way as I see it. Doesn't make me right, doesn't make me perfect, it's just my opinion. And right now out of the gate, you've got this cool groove, but this keyboard player is really stiff. So like, ding, 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 right? Now let me explain what I mean by this. And I'm really gonna do a takedown of not just the vocals, but everything I see that I feel could be good or better or is good, and just praise it when that comes about. Already, this sounds kind of Eastern European to me, okay? And as we know, Dimash is from Kazakhstan, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, all those East Bloc countries are kind of Indo-European, right? But also, that sound is more of a harmonic minor or melodic minor sound. And I may grab my guitar a minute and show you what I mean. Not yet. And so it's also consistent with a lot of nouveau flamenco, and I don't mean Paco de Lucia flamenco. I mean like Strunz and Farah or Jesse Cook, or some more new flamenco. But it's and also is consistent with some of the Brazilian music, maybe of the 50s and 60s, like some of the pop, like Girl from Ipanema. Some of the earlier Brazilian. Pop music that was also like this. So I'm going to kind of bring you a worldview as we go through some of this stuff, and then you can kind of go, oh yeah, that is where he got that, or I can see where that influence comes from. Okay, let's continue. You're all stiff. Real stiff. Where the groove isn't. There's some swag to the groove. Right? He's sitting down, forfeiting support, but it's more intimate. Okay, now I love this sound. This is one of my all-time favorite sounds. And I'm not just ingratiating Dimash because he's awesome, he is. It is my favorite sound, so I will grab the guitar. Let me show you. So I don't know if I'm going to pick out these chords right away, but let me just kind of guess at it. So it kind of sounds like a G sharp minor, I think. Yes, okay. So it's a, and kind of maybe, and then maybe like, and then maybe back to that, something like that. And I think I heard him go, right? There was some real cool, like I said, bossa nova, like I said, Brazilian pop kind of sounds. So within that melody, what I love about, what I love about that melody is you can play with this. So so you can have all this really pretty, beautiful melody, and I'm gonna probably grab this again in a minute. But so if it's like, so if it was, let's say, flamenco. So kind of think of it like this, kind of interesting, right? Now I did a tutorial, and you guys are gonna go, Ken, you didn't really, did you? Yes, I did. I did a tutorial on a lot of or not a lot, but some Bollywood songs, and Eastern Indian music also has. Right, and so you can include this, and these dissonant notes really make it sexy and mysterious and just, oh man, just really cool. So anyway, again, I'm not trying to overanalyze, but I'm just going to tell you where some of this stuff comes from, because I have a really big musical background, and then I'm assuming, I haven't really watched a lot of this, but I'm assuming that this is kind of where he's headed with this. So. Step. Cool. Okay, now Let's do this together. He's got a heavy mixed voice going on. It sounds like there's a little chest in the sound. So it's right. I don't know the exact melody, but so do it with me. Just kind of add all this breath with me. I'm trying to bring some chest instead of and everything being pure falsetto. I'm trying to bring a little mixed chest in the sound. Right? So you can kind of play with this at home, kids, right? And just go, kind of play with a harmonic, melodic minor scale and see how you can kind of pick off some of these notes and maybe even do some of your own, okay? But he's got a really great mixed voice on it, perfect pitch as always, real good intonation. See, proof that he was in a mix and like he goes in, and he's in mixed, and then you can hear him bring chest in. It's proof that he was in mixed voice. He wasn't in falsetto because he's already set himself up for introducing more chest into the sound. By the way, I cover all of this stuff in my singing course, especially the head voice, mixed voice portion of my singing course at Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy. So let's continue. Signature. Okay, so there's a key change, right? So they're building momentum. And Dimash loves to do that. He loves to really be really sultry on the bottom and have a lot of dynamic range. So, and it shows off his range. It's kind of written for him to do that, right? So anyway, so he starts out usually really soft and he builds and he builds and he builds until there's this climax of wow, usually at the end. All right, let's continue. Chest in the sound. Very bossa nova, very Brazilian. Kind of Russian also. See him start? Like he goes through the stages of, it's kind of like what I teach in my singing course about when you're doing mixed voice, you kind of start out real light on the mixed sound and you only use a little bit of chest, and then as you get better at it, you add a little bit more chest, and as you get real good at it, you have these big percentages of complete mix or almost total falsetto or reinforced falsetto head voice, and how you can do this percentage of mixed voice of bringing chest into the sound. That is exactly what he just did. So if you guys go back and listen to it, you hear it starts out gentle, a lot of air, then it uses a little less air, a little less air. Remember me telling you guys about cutting back that air because the overuse of air is the arch enemy to the voice? That is precisely what he's doing, and that is exactly what I teach in my singing course as well. Melody, man. I love that. Hold that delay. They use a lot of delay on certain parts of his voice, which really dramatizes that, which is cool. See how easy it is for him? You know? Right? Correct singing I just should say should be that easy. It should be that easy if you've worked your butt off like Dimash and have built your instrument up to a place where you don't really even have to think about it, right? So he's gone from unconscious incompetent as a kid, meaning I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how to get there, to conscious incompetent, I know what I want to do and I still don't know how to get there, to conscious competent, probably was about 9, where I know what I want to do and I have to work at it, but I know how to get there, to this, where unconscious incompetent, I don't have to think about it and it's at my fingertips and at my disposal. So anyway. I love those tenor Pavarotti notes. Percussionist is rocking. Great notes. Like Hindi music, Bollywood, you know, it has that kind of sound. So these international flavors is kind of interesting that they have a lot of intersection in this international flavor, whether it's Indo-European, like what is doing kind of Russian Indo-European, how that plays out in flamenco music, and how it plays out in Eastern Indian music. They all kind of borrow from the same kind of influences. Isn't that interesting? I find it fascinating because I actually really, really love that sound. So he's using a lot of this technique, right? Do it with me. He's just a couple of notes. So it's right. By the way, there's a little more swag to it than that, so I'm going to sterilize it a little bit and make it real square for a second so you can understand. So go, or even take it all the way to a major key. He's basically doing that same lick in a lot of places very similarly. It makes it sound different, but it is the same lick. Now you could do it as a major trill or a minor trill. So let's do it as a major trill together. Right, and speed it up. Or you could do it as a minor trill. Minor third. You know, you do this over and over again, and then you can see, wow, yeah, Hindi, you know, Bollywood and Hindi music does that, and flamenco music does that too. So that's kind of one of the licks that he does. And the best way to do this, guys, is when you're trying to do something, break it down really simply and just start simple and then build up speed as you go. This is the way to do this. So if you're looking to learn some of his licks and tricks and some of his chops, I'll try to go through some of that with you as we start to do takedowns of this stuff and we can learn it together. Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry, but I have to stop one more time. He has a technically, bel canto, technically perfect voice most of the time. And I'll explain that in a minute because he does step out of that to try to sing some pop stuff where he leaves that behind. So it's not that he can't do it, it's that he's deliberately stepping out of the box and doing something different. So I want to clarify that. But he's really long in the, oh, so I want you to do this with me. I want you to go, oh, ah. And I want you to make that vowel as long as you can. And right? And so he's bringing that vowel really long in what I refer to and have said to you guys over and over again that's called open throat technique. The space in the back, he's not going, oh. It's not real small in the throat. It's, oh. Hear that? Watch. Right? Right? It's very, very long in the vowel. Now, I should warm up to this sound before doing this stuff. I just came off of singing a bunch of rock stuff, so I'm kind of set up for a rock sound right now. You can kind of hear it in my voice. I've got that like thing going on. But anyway, that is exactly what I cover in my singing course, because when you can get that one vowel, I kid you not, guys, if you listen to nothing else I say, if you listen to this, the reason I say the proof is in the singing is I see so many vocal coaches out there, nobody is demonstrating this stuff. They might do a note, they might do a scale, you know, and then you really listen to me, you say, do I really want to sound like that guy? I don't know. Or you might like give you a tip on how to sound like so-and-so, or the step towards sounding like so-and-so. I am giving you guys the goods, and I'm showing you that if you've mastered, you listen to nothing else, if you master this one vowel, it's the la, ah, this ha, that one vowel, it's the la, ah, and slightly morph it, or subtle changes of different vowel modifications off of this one vowel, you can see yourself going, oh, I can see how Dimash got to that place. Oh, wow, I'm hearing the same sound again, up an octave. Oh, wow, all he's doing is slightly modifying this vowel, so he's not making big changes in the vowel, which are too arduous and too hard to sustain, or not tenable, not sustainable, okay? So I'm gonna do a lot of this stuff as we go through this, guys. I hope this is helpful for you, but anyway, let's continue. I want to point that out. He's kind of going into what I just said again, where he's taking a step out of bel canto. Let me back this up just a skosh and check this out. I want to break this down. Right? Now, he's bringing a lot of mask into that sound, and he's contemporizing that sound, pushing the sound into the front of the face. Now, since he's in the soprano range, tenors don't do this. This is way higher than most tenors ever go. He's well into the alto, contralto, alto, soprano range. So he goes, by the way, I'm gonna show you what bel canto would sound like if he didn't contemporize it and bring it in the front of the face. It'd be, right? Real dark and baroque on the sound, real covered. Right? But he's going, so let me open up the sound so you can hear what this would sound like. Now, the interesting thing is, it is the same vowel in the throat. Let me say this again. You're thinking, what? It is. It's the same shape of the vowel in the throat. All he's doing is bringing a little mask into that sound and smiling into this sound. Watch this. Right? I'm going, and I'm just opening up the face, right? Which is what he's doing, but he's maintaining the bel canto the O, or it's the la, ah sound in the throat, and he's just bringing a little smile or a little mask into that sound. So it sounds like he's shifting from all these different vowels, but he's not. Let's continue. Now let's do this again. Right? So it's la, right? And he's just opening up the sound in his face, but the throat is still really long in the vowel and very tubular, okay? Great lick that was. Let's listen to that. I'm not going to be able to duplicate that without going back and listening to it for a few times, but I'm just going to play it because I like it, because it's cool. Check this out. So, something like that. Right? It's that same trill we just learned. He's just kind of placing it a little differently, and then his choice of notes drives it right on home to make it really cool. So I'm gonna play it one more time. It's so cool. All right, here we go. Check it out. Two thumbs way up. Okay. You rock, Dimash. Yes. Anyway, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Now, we got a lot of these things coming your way. So again, this is a Dimashathon weekend. And as I call him, Dismash, because everything the guy touches, he smashes it. So check out my next release.